Oh,
Wala.
Madawaka.
Nyaki, Janet.
CO.
At the sky, uskin ya chas. Tongo.
Guana.
Halito.
Kurumante.
Osyo.
Yata he. Everyone
That's the Huntedish.
under this.
Got the hey.
Hickadoos.
Good morning, good morning. Coming live from 1950 South Shepherd. Domingo, where the hell you been at?
Man, been on busy. Been on the road. Did Dewey County yesterday.
All right, okay.
Helped the brothers and sisters.
How was that?
It's good. We're on step 3 and 4.
Ooh,
Inventory.
yeah, good steps,
Mm-mm.
good steps.
Faith.
I would have to say step 3 was probably one of my favorite steps
Mm,
because finding that higher power,
yeah.
believing in something greater than yourself. That. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. That God concept was kind of. I was still trying to grasp it. I mean, I believed, but I I guess you could say I was upset in a way. I was ready to point the finger at somebody.
Yeah.
When I couldn't point it at anybody physically, I was ready to do it spiritually.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, it's you.
yeah.
Hey.
I mean, point it all around because But then the more I thought about step 3, it kind of the way it was put to me was if you just went and grabbed a random scoop of dirt
Mm.
and you fed it, you watered it, like you took care of that scoop of dirt and you held it in your hand. Like, and you gave it all the sun that it needed. You gave it, and it's just dirt. You gave it food, you gave it water, you let all these things happen. Like, it would give life.
Mm.
And I always would think, like, well, that's the power of the creator. And then I would think, like, if a person puts on a white glove and they just go random, especially in this office, yeah, just go randomly anywhere in this office, they're going to find, dust.
A living thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to find life, and, it just, when I thought of it that way, it kind of put it into a perspective where I could understand.
Mm.
Like it was one of my good friends, he who has since passed on. Um, he's the one that put that in my head. So, step 3, man, that's a big,
Yeah.
I had friends, that couldn't grasp that concept and they would use the group as their higher power.
Mm.
And then the group would hold them accountable. But luckily, you know, uh,
Bless.
blessings since that, not immediately, but I mean, I guess you could say, goes right with today's
Meditate. Yeah.
meditation. Just thinking about that, step 3. So, what else we got going on? Oh, everyone's at
The breakfast.
the breakfast, the employee breakfast. Who's by the governor? Governor? Nah, I don't know either.
I don't know.
Uh, yeah. Uh, I believe Christina was saying something about pink sausage this morning, but I didn't understand what she meant.
Yeah. What you mean?
Like, huh? Go wash your hands.
Yeah.
Anybody saying good morning?
Charlene. Yeah.
Morning, Charlene.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone's at the employee breakfast. I wonder who the. I mean, what places can you get to cater that? Pink sausage.
Not Swadley's. Oh.
Yeah, we'll just ask when they get back.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can go have tacos today.
Mm-hmm.
I hope. Do you think? Do you think?
Tequila plata.
You would hope.
We'll see.
I mean, but you know, I back their. You know, I back their cause.
Mm.
You know, couldn't imagine a life without tacos.
Mm-hmm. Or burritos.
Or you know, all of that. You know,
Verde.
yeah, I believe in their cause.
Yeah. Oh, Pivot One Nut John Soap.
Mr. Soap, good morning. We still got your coffee cup. Still got your cup, Mr. Soap.
From Shompton.
Shompton Blue. Shompton Blue.
Isaac Rose, Pivot One Nut.
Pivot One Nut.
He said, "Get a griddle and start your own business."
Ooh.
Oh.
Huevos con chorizo.
Elote. Leela Marine Taco Tuesday.
Already.
Morning from Punka.
All right. How do you say good morning in Punka?
Yeah.
Or do they have a way?
Can you comment or either hello, welcome, or good morning?
Yeah, like how do they greet each other?
Yeah. Stay sober. Fried bologna tacos.
Ooh, getting deadly. Getting deadly.
Yep.
Getting deadly with that one.
Throw some Kamat cheese on there.
Yeah, everybody's at the employee breakfast. So us and Vida, I think, are well. I seen Christina was downstairs. She said she already had her portion.
Yeah.
This morning.
Is it like Vienna sausages? Or?
Well, I don't know. They kept saying something about pink sausage. It's cooked. Yeah, they sent out a warning. Believe that it's cooked. It's just pink sausage. I wouldn't know nothing about that. You know, I don't know. Christina, I mean, I'm guessing she would.
Yeah.
So,
just gonna find out. Mary Faye said that fried bologna and egg sandwich.
Ooh, getting deadly, deadly. Keeper. Yeah.
Put a ring on it.
Yeah. The 4 slices.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
4 triangles, no bread.
Looks like a fire department sign whenever you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Lee, good luck to y'all's tournament. And
Yep. Go Shompton Blue. But yeah, we're it's a quiet building.
Yeah.
You know, that's all right. That's all right. You know, decided to get on a little bit early. Nat's been feeling under the weather. Hopefully she gets to feeling better today. You know, she keeps, it's kind of hard, like, when the person's in the same bed over there hacking around. Like, you got to be a little, like, she's like trying to give me grapes, like pulling grapes off the vine and like, here, are you hungry? Like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Nah, I'm good. Like, yeah. Here. Yeah. Yeah. Cops in her hand and you want grapes? Nah. Just eat all of them. Knock them bad boys out. Cause yeah. As soon as you're done with them, they're going right in the trash.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Isaac said cut that bologna sandwich 4 directions.
Definitely. Definitely blessings.
Oh, Ruth's Bear Shield. Everyone, she said, maybe them sausages are Valentine's Day themed. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Aaron Black Wolf.
Good morning, Grandpa.
Good morning, bros. When is the next Well Brighter meeting? Tomorrow night?
No, Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday. We usually sweat on Wednesdays out there at Concho. You know, if you're interested in doing something like that, it's not exactly like a lot of people from in recovery show up to it.
Mm.
So that's why, it's like a part of our recovery. So, you're always welcome. Always welcome to come on out. I swear they know that I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And they call. But yeah, that's every Wednesday at Concho. But yesterday was crazy with all the warm weather. We had our air conditioner on when I got home.
Dang.
I'm a fat boy, so
Body heat.
yeah, I had to have that AC going. But only for like an hour, and then like as soon as the sun went down, we cut it off.
Mm. Oh yeah, it got cold last night.
Yeah, it got real cold. So that was kind of crazy. Like Oklahoma weather's crazy.
Mm.
Like it's hard to compare it to anything because I don't know if it's like that anywhere else. Burning up one day in the middle of winter, like 80 degrees in the middle of winter.
That's why everybody's getting the flu.
Yeah. Then they say TB is hitting Oklahoma.
Dang.
My great grandpa Alfred Wilson, he almost died from tuberculosis.
Mm.
This is way back in like the 20s, or you know what I mean, like early 1900.
Dang.
And he was a kid. He was like 14 years old whenever he got TB. And back then, it was like a death sentence. There was no cure. They moved you away from camp because they understood, that I guess that it was airborne or they could give it to each other. So they moved him away from camp and just kind of let him,
Let it.
like what else could they really do for him, right?
Right.
Well, he heard a drum and he heard somebody singing peyote songs,
Mm.
and he said that they were calling him. So he left his camp in the middle of the night, took off walking, and walked over to that teepee. I don't know how far away it was, but it wasn't close. And when he showed up, there are these men there that they said, "We've been waiting on you."
Mm.
And they took him in the teepee and they doctored him, and he was cured. Not that night, but
Yeah.
like eventually started healing from there on. So like my grandpa was like a peyote man. He was a road man. And he like truly believed in the power of peyote. You know, and so hearing that, Oklahoma's getting hit by maybe getting a wave of TB, that's just what came to mind today. Was my great grandpa Alfred Wilson. He died in Washington D.C. on the steps of the Capitol. He had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and they had to send him home by train.
Oh.
Yeah, but he was on part of the delegation of CNAs that went to Congress, and they got Congress to pass an act to make sure that it was legal for natives to practice,
Mm. Okay.
peyote, you know, Native American church.
Mm.
So like his son, my grandpa, who he acted as the congressional lawyer and spoke to the Congress about getting it legalized. So that's all like what came to mind whenever they were talking about that this morning about TB coming to Oklahoma because they think it's going to spread because we were like the epicenter of the flu.
Yeah.
So I mean that's kind of crazy. It's crazy.
Thank you for sharing that story. Dave Levi said, "What up,
Good morning, South Coast
South
Behavioral.
Coast?" Leslie Short Teeth. Good morning, my
Good
brother.
morning, little sister.
Janelle,
Nay, nay.
Alexandria Kading.
Oh, Alex Dean. Good morning. Good
HB.
morning, niece.
Good morning from HB.
Huntington Beach. Huntington Beach. Bet you got that thong on.
Yeah.
Raw guy.
Like Jamaica. Just,
Yeah. Well, good morning. Good morning. Glad everybody could tune in.
morning, Misty.
Good morning, Miss
Alright.
Misty.
Misty Hickson.
Misty
So we can jump on in this.
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump off and go.
All right, February 4th. We're on our one season. The Elder North says, "We say there is a right time and a place for everything. It's easy to say, but hard to understand. You have to live it to understand it." Rolling Thunder, Cherokee. CO. The elders tell us there is a right time and a right place. Don't plant seeds in the fall. Wrong time. One way we find out about the right time and right place is our experience. If we are lucky, we have a few friends who will share their experience. This will help us too. The best way is to let Mahayot guide us. Only he knows the right time and the right place. So we need to pray and ask him for guidance. Great Spirit, show me patience so I can live in the right time in the right place. Oh, Mr. Bowtone, pass it over.
Mado. You know, what came to mind?
What came to mind?
I was looking just to make sure, like it says, there's a time and place, right?
Mhm.
For everything. Well, today, I have 1,372 days today,
Mm,
which is 3 years and 9 months.
dang.
Like exactly 3 years and 9 months today. And, I think about all the hardships, all the, I think about every time I got discouraged. I think about every time I let drugs and alcohol be my answer. I think about, man, what I put my family through, like my kids. I think about all the struggles that I had to go through these things. I look at it as maybe I had to go through it so other people don't. I look at it as maybe I got this opportunity because I mean, I was way down there at the bottom. I'm sure there's a lot of people that could agree. Like, I have no business being where I'm at right now. How did I get to where I am? Who do I think I am? Like you're only 3 years and 9 months sober, and you think, like who do you think you are? You know what I mean? Like,
Brand new, yeah.
yeah, like, um, but like I said, I feel like a lot of the things that I had to go through, I had to do it so maybe my kids don't have to. I have to go through it so maybe my grandkids don't have to. And I think about the right time and the right place. Like if that's what's on the line, I would happily do it over again. You know what I mean? Like if that makes any sense to you, because up here it makes all the sense in the world. But if that's what's on the line, is my kids and my grandkids and their kids. I would happily do it all over again. You know, uh, no doubt in my mind. That if I'm the one that has to take that to make sure that they don't, I mean, to me that's a very small price to have to pay. And man, I went through a I went through it, for sure. Definitely went through it. I remember one time this person was asking me like how are you the head, and they think that I'm head of Tor. Like they in their head I'm the head of Tor. Like, and they're like, how are you the head of an opioid thing when you don't even know what it feels like to what are withdrawals? What were your withdrawals? You know what I mean? Like we're giving me like all these like questions like I didn't struggle enough. You know what I mean? And I just thought that was crazy. Like okay, like it's not about how bad I was. I mean, that's a big part of it, but somewhere in between my struggles, somewhere in between all the hardships I had to go through, somebody was praying for me. And somewhere along the lines, man, somebody said the right thing. And whenever it finally, that switch or whatever it was, I expected, this beam of light to come down, and I was gonna hear angels singing, and like like he's saved, like nah, man, none of that happened. I probably stubbed my toe and then bam, like like man, you were such an idiot. Like what a kitty. You know what I mean? Like man, I ended up being the coolest 16-year-old you would ever know in your life. Like just the cool, knew all the new music. Had a speaker. Yeah, a cool charger, David. Yeah.
Yeah, this is mine.
Had all these. Had a little tweaker bag. Wore a backpack. Every little tweaker tool you could ever want in there. From everything, a polishing rag all the way to like to drill bits for a Dremel. You know what I mean? Didn't even have a Dremel. Just had everything in this bag. And I was a know-it-all then. But then, we get into this recovery thing. And like they always say, the defeated don't get to negotiate the terms of surrender. Whatever it had to look like. Um, if it was about recovery, man, I was all for it. Celebrate recovery. NA, AA, Wellbriety. Like, I went to a Heroines Anonymous meeting. I went to a CODA meeting. Seen David there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to a crystal meth, anonymous, went to a cocaine anonymous. Like just anything that had to do with recovery. I'm in Orange County. Like I'm going to beach tower meetings. I'm going to campfire. Sex meetings. Yeah. You got a different kind of addiction. Yeah. Sex meetings. Sponsor. Yeah. You call your sponsor, boy. But you know, I think about, you know, what it had to look like for me. You know, if it had anything to do with recovery, like I was all for it. You know, I understood that my way isn't the only way. You know, as long as it didn't have anything to do with using. You know, so like it took me having to think about death as the only other option for me to realize what a blessing it was to go one day without thinking about getting high, or going one day without thinking about getting drunk. You know what I mean? Like I tried this sobriety thing more than one time. You know, when I would say right in the middle of my worst stretch after my son passed away, you know, I went for almost 3 years, you know, on self will. You know, that was just me just not wanting, you know, like I was done with it. I was never ever going to do it again. But I didn't have no tools in my toolbox. I can see how it wasn't going to last because my life started spiraling. You know what I mean? Like slowly started crumbling around the edges, and everything just started falling in, you know, and before you know it, I'm digging that hole again. And you know, when they say you hit your bottom, my bottom had a cellar. Then that cellar had a cellar. Then that cellar had, you know, then there was a dungeon down there. You know, like I kept waiting to find China. You know what I mean? Like that's how far down I'm willing to go. You know, like couldn't even look in the mirror, couldn't sit still, couldn't sit there in my own thoughts. Being in my own skin was the most uncomfortable thing in the world. You know, it was just too much. You know, feeling emotions was too much. And when I made up my mind, you know, I remember sitting by this creek and I was sitting under this camouflage tarp, and it's raining and I like don't have anywhere to go because I'm high. Like everybody knows what I do now. You know what? Everybody understands that I have this sickness and I'm only getting worse. So like I'm ashamed of who I am and what I'm doing. You know, I'm so ashamed, and I don't want to be around anybody else cuz you know, everybody else does the same thing I do. So that means I have to share. You know, and that's how selfish I was getting. So, you know, I'm sitting under this tarp. It's raining. You know, I'm not really getting wet, but I can see this creek rising in front of me. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like God just can't be life. You know, like where did I lose control? You know, where did I go? You know, how did I get here? Like, you know, I didn't see no way out, you know, so it that's how far I had to go, you know, to realize that if he gave me another chance, I was never ever going to look back. And I can't say, you know, you always hear like people say, don't say you ever quit, just say you put it to the side. Almost like I'm a firm believer that, you know, I mean, relapse isn't part of recovery. You know, because if I excuse it, if I rationalize it, if I start making excuses to have it in my life, then I'm never ever going to get rid of it. You know, so that's just my belief. I can't speak for anybody else. You know, that's just how I am. You know, because I don't ever want to go back. You know, I don't ever want to reach that point again because there's a good chance I may not come back. You know, so when it talks about there's the right time and the right place, like I'm I'm definitely living it. You know, like with all this eye stuff I got going on, waiting on my eye surgery. You know, that's another month and a half away. You know, like learning how to walk by faith and not by sight. You know, then I've heard it said that, you know, you got to be careful of men who go through our ceremonies because they believe we have a lot of bad luck. You know, for them 4 years, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. But I don't think of it as that. I think of it as each time something bad happens, that's the right time for me to turn to the creator. You know what I mean? Like when I think about the right time and the right place, you know, we're on creator's time. You know, I was on the wake up list today. You know, I'm already winning. You know, I'm already in this positive mindset that I get this opportunity to wake up today and I get to go to work and I get to talk about my experience, strength, and hope. And I pray that, I mean, it may not make sense to anybody out there, but as long as one person kind of understands where what I'm getting at, then that's all that matters. You know what I mean? Like I'm not here to save the world. You know, like I can't imagine, you know, having that kind of thought process. But I know what I can do is I can come here and I can get vulnerable and I can pray that you know my people are having the same mindset that I am about this recovery thing. And you know, I wish, like I always say, you know, I wish we had more people getting online. I wish we had more natives sharing. You know, I wish they could wake up and be like, who should I check out today? Should I go check out Michael Duncan on Native Dads Network, who always has like, I mean, he has like some great. He does live streams too every morning. You know, maybe go check out Women's Wellness with Theta Newbreast. You know, she does great work. Or go check out, you know, we are unspoken words. You know, with the bros up there in Billings. You know, I mean, I just wish, you know, we could just build up this like great big thing of natives who are willing to get on here and share, you know, what it was, what their process was like, and you know, go from there. So when I think about right time, right place, you know, there's a time for everything. You know, that's what goes through my mind.
Mm. And what?
What else?
What else? Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
you got a lot of comments.
Mm.
What?
Yeah, this
Hey.
guy.
Call your sponsor, Mingo.
That's where. That's where.
That's word.
Hey, he got my number. He got my number. I'm still waiting on him to call me if he's serious.
Yeah. Pivot one out. Stacy Star.
Good morning, Stacy.
Henry. Oh, Perry Black Wolf.
Perry,
What's that saying? The culture is the
Houston,
cure.
H-Town.
H10.
What's that say?
What's the saying? Culture is the cure. It most definitely has helped me in my recovery. Going to sweats for sure. And I went to my first peyote meeting a while back, and it was really some really good medicine. And in those traditional circles, I met some of my relatives I've never met before. It was cool to get to know them. Some of my people that live in that way made me proud to be part of our culture and community. Shout out to my peeps from Watonga.
Watanga.
Yeah. Oh.
That's where my grandma's originally from.
Watonga.
Watanga area. No, well, I do Talkspace. I do Talkspace. We will put up a flyer on here. You can get on Talkspace yourself, and you know, if your kids are 13 and up, they can talk with a therapist themselves. But yeah, I mean, it's just another outlet,
Yep.
But I'm I have a great group of people that I can just reach out to.
Mm.
I got a brother coming by today, as a matter of fact, this evening, and we're just gonna sit there and talk about the solution, and but yeah, I mean, it's just another outlet, being able to have that therapist and just being able to send a message when something, if you just want to talk about something, I talk about dealing with my son's death quite a bit. That's usually our main topic. And sometimes, those conversations are exactly what I need, and then sometimes, it kind of triggers me a little, but not to the point where, like not in a unhealthy way. Like these are, just things that I need to work through. But I mean, definitely want my kids. I have two younger kids. They lost their mother to, this sickness. And in due time, I feel like in due time, I know it's going to come to the surface, and it's going to be something that's definitely going to need to be addressed. But hopefully, me and their because they live with their aunt and their grandma, so like their mom's sister and mom. So hopefully, we can all get on the same page one day about addressing that, because I mean, I can't even imagine what they go through. So, I don't see nothing wrong with having that. Uh, I think it's a great resource. So we'll put up a flyer again. Like later on in our announcements about Talkspace. So you're more than free. I mean, it's free. You're more than welcome to use that, and we encourage more people to use it. So
I got a lot. Street cred. Street cred.
oh,
Randy just laughed. David Deers. Stongo.
morning, Tatum. Definitely. I mean, that's to me, that's kind of easy, because my way of thinking is what got me there. You know, uh, I I had to put my pride and my ego to the side. When I think about my thinking, I thinking about my pride and my ego, because right, that's what wants to speak up. That's what wants to get in the way of everything. Is my pride and ego. Once I was able to ask for help and get a sponsor and use them, uh, that made all the difference in the world. And because if you don't know, you just don't know. I was like in this deadly cycle. I was in this deadly cycle of chaos, because I didn't realize I needed that chaos to keep using. So and it was my way of thinking that got me to where I was. So I mean, if somebody told me, like, you know what, shut up, don't think, and just kick back. You know what I mean? Like that was the hardest thing to do. It's like, oh, so don't give my little smart ass remarks. Don't try to be funny all the time. Like just chill, like, and sit in my own thoughts. That took practice. That really took practice, and that's where meditating really became a tool that I look forward to every day. But yeah, getting out of God's way was probably, because that's my problem, is I like to play God. Uh, so that was like putting my pride and ego to the side, and being realizing how unmanageable my life was, and looking at the insanity that I kept trying to I just, I lived in that deadly insane cycle. that insanity was like running rampant in my life. So like just realizing that my way of thinking is what got me to where I was. It really takes practice. You really have to reteach your brain and rewire your brain to think a different way. But I mean, once you have that clarity, and once you have that opportunity to maybe do the right thing, like it gets easier and easier and easier. That first month was a struggle, but I mean, like you start practicing the right thing when nobody's looking. I mean, it gets easier and easier and easier. So, but
Dope. Sponsor.
yeah,
Yeah.
happy sober morning, sister. Clean and keen. All right, Gary.
Clean. Yeah, clean and keen.
Clean and keen. All right. Well, go ahead, Mingo. Tell us about your sex addiction.
No, I was just saying the meetings.
Oh, now you're in denial. Now we're back to step one.
No, I didn't.
Step one.
No, I didn't. I was just saying the meetings.
Yeah. Just wear my bustle in there.
And my tights.
Yeah. So, what do you think about today's meditation?
Think about it a lot.
Give us that medication with that meditation.
Yeah, I just think like the right time, the right place is just to remind yourself to not rush it. You be in recovery, you get all you want this, that now. You want
Yeah, right then and there.
but just center yourself and pray, and every morning do your meditations and take it day by day, and things will get better. Things will start to flow. Start paying fines off, and just set up. You don't want to, but in your heart, you got to. It's the right way, and just time after time, stuff will come. Mahayot, the creator, higher power, will give you what you need. It may not be what you want, but it'll be what you need. And when it does come, then you'll be more appreciative of what all that time you've been waiting and patiently waiting. But just being staying humble. In the meantime, I think working your steps really helps. I think the 12 steps is really important. Your faith, your courage, your inventory. Learning to accept, you know, accepting whatever outcome comes out from your past, or you make like your resentments, and you're gonna get that backlash, but learning to accept that, like, yeah, I know I was sick then, but I just want to let you know this is how I feel. But that's how you feel, okay? Then I want to let it go. I'm letting it go. So I think just that's really important to go ahead and move on, because in yourself you'll be clear. Yeah, you don't want that stuck in there and keeping it hidden, um and like I said, like working these steps too. You may bring up old stuff, like you may be over it, or you thought you were over it years ago, but just learn to bring it up and to learn to let it go and keep a clear mind, and everything will happen in the right place, right time. And I always say, help us understand what we don't understand, and just continue to grow. And sometimes that motivation ain't there every day, and just learning to be disciplined and remember why you're doing it. Remember what you were in denial and hate and not not happy for all those years and for too long. And today's, even if it's just day one, or if you get to day 100, still keep thriving and take our daily battles. And that's all I got. So
It's that good medication
oh yeah,
with that meditation.
oh, next shirt. Yeah.
Mado,
Oh,
Mr.
oh.
Veho. Ella, Ella.
Um, free to
Free to rate.
be able to notice and work on themselves and heal Heal, heal from the inside, setting healthy boundaries. Learn each day and know Father God has this. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change to change the things I can.
And the
Wisdom to know the
difference.
difference.
Aho!
Tobias, good morning, y'all.
Good morning, brother. Me and Toby go way back.
Mary Faye is it's how do you say that? It's sluts. Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1 through 8. There is a season for everything and time for every purpose under the heaven.
You don't know that.
Wait, what?
You don't know that.
Oh, is it not right?
No, will spell it again?
ECC.
Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes.
Well,
Aho.
thank you.
Kickadoo Mary
Thank
Faye.
you. Thank you, Mrs.
Tommy said,
Heck yeah.
good moose.
Good morning. I was gonna go sweat with Tommy and them the other day, but Tommy said at 5, and I called Roger. He's like, not till 7.
Oh,
I was like, that's a big difference
something came up.
between not 5 and not 7.
Oh, it came off.
Oh,
Hold on, it came off.
my mic just fell off.
It ain't-
But should we go ahead and jump off into these announcements once my producer fixes
Oh, Natalie
my...
spelled it Ecclesiastes. Paula Goodberry, good morning. Work.
Good morning, Paula Poundstone. Mugtown.
Please.
We can't even say it. None of us can get it.
Yeah.
But well, thank you for
Oh,
commenting.
thank you, Mary. Mary Faye.
Go to bed, Natalie. You're supposed to be asleep.
Where's some grapes?
Yeah, coughing up them grapes.
Oh, Talkspace, ages 13 and up. Download the Talkspace Go app or Talkspace Therapy app, or go to www.talkspace.com/CHATOR. And remember, the organizational code or EAP program is Restore. Restoring the brain, restoring the mind. Shout out to Brain Logics.
Text TOR, TOR, to 888-580-4TOR. It keeps you in the loop with what we got going on for the day. It gives you all of our meeting time, dates, and locations. And it keeps you updated with what we got going on as a Gourd clan. So once again, shout out to Brand Logics. I mean, if you're just trying to stay current with what we got going on, text this number and it's a great help. So once again, thank you, Brand Logics. And then our here at 1950 South Shepherd on Monday nights, we have a Mending Broken Hearts talking circle, which deals with grief. And
The mic fell off.
and it's a big part of why I was in my, substance use, so it's always it's a real in-depth circle led by our very own Mr. David Levi, shout out. He's a facilitator at South Coast, doing amazing things. And then Tuesday nights, we're still waiting on a more permanent location so we can get that meeting going again. Hopefully, it's just this weird situation that we had to our facilitator was getting called back to work. So that'll be on hold for the moment. But on Thursday nights in Weatherford at 810 East Cedar Avenue at the Oxford House, which is a sober living house, we hear that meeting is picking up steam for the Weatherford community. So that happens at 7 o'clock. And then on Thursday nights here at 1950 South Shepherd in El Reno, we have our talking circle. park in the back, come through the back door. And that's we have a pretty 20 to 30 people at every meeting. And then while that's going on, we have something for the kids, because a lot of parents are bringing their teenagers and younger kids. So we give them their own space and their own place where they can safely talk about maybe what it's like being the kid of an addict, which I think is a great ideal. Me being the product of two addicts, I think it's a great ideal. But that happens here at 1950 South Shepherd in El Reno at 7 o'clock. We open the doors about 6:30, and like I always say, we smudge, we don't judge. And then on Friday nights, here at 1950 South Shepherd, we have a 12-step meeting, which gets a little bit more in depth into the Wellbriety book and a little bit more action where you put pen to paper. And if you're not part of a 12-step program and you are in recovery, I would strongly suggest that you start looking into putting more tools in your toolbox.
Oh. Oh, Thursday. Oh, this Thursday. It's teen dating violence awareness event.
Is it during the day? 4 to 6.
Be here at 1950 South Shepherd. Victim Services from Social Services Program will be here to help facilitate this. So any age, it's open to all ages. And then February 18th will be at Clinton from 4 to 6.
That's like an actual thing.
And choke you out. And Auntie Corinne.
It is.
Auntie Corinne's powwow dance class. She's hosting this on February 12th, next Wednesday, at Concho ERC from 6 to 8:30. There'll be a potluck if you want to come out and learn new dances, sewing, beading, any style, gourd. I think they're having some gourd dancing too. I'm doing chicken dance. Can do
In your gourd.
my
Gourd.
gourd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So come on out, yeah. So we'll have brother Nick Hamilton singing, him at the drum. So just come on out, learn.
We should ask Kendrick to come along.
Oh yeah.
Well, he's gonna be there anyways. He's
might
gonna be there
yeah.
anyways. But ask him to bring his gourd dance stuff, because he's a great communicator whenever it comes to those types of things. So I mean, I'm still learning, like,
Yeah.
about the bandolier, about the sash, about
Blanket.
the blanket. I mean, like how some, like, I guess every tribe has their own little way of doing
Yeah.
things.
Some of them wear it like
Yeah, some wear the blue over their heart, some wear the red over their heart. But the way I understand it is the blanket was like a war trophy. If you're facing east, the U.S. Army wore blue and the Mexican Army wore red. So I don't know. I know as Cheyennes, we probably defeated both. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's word.
That's word.
Yeah. Anyways, come out to dance class. And then our recovery dance coming up on February 22nd. It'll be at Clinton ERC. So come on out. We're gonna have a 2-step contest, potato dance, and an all-age buckskin.
How do you have a 2-step contest? Just let a couple go and do their thing?
Yeah, and it's kind of like a freestyle. New school versus old school.
Yeah. New love versus old love.
And chase her in a circle. And yeah, meet up in the middle and then turn around. And, yeah. Come back. Yeah. Come back. Yeah. But come on out, February 22nd.
Come on out.
Gourd dance at 2, supper at 5. Dance to follow after. Hand drum making class. We're going to Thomas. February 26th.
Land of the Terriers.
4 to 6. So come on out. We
Green
got
and white.
first come, first serve on the drum. So no reservations. Hey, but come on out. We're gonna have 25 drums, right? So come on and get out there, and it will be at the senior
Senior Citizens Building.
citizens. Yeah.
Yeah, that's our ERC, damn it. Don't get me started. Yeah.
Yeah. The Keen shirts are done.
Still open, surprisingly, till today is actually.
Oh.
Yeah, today is the last day to get your
Keen.
sober, deadly shirt. It isn't until we wear them out in public and they're like, I want one of those. Like, too late.
Girl.
So I mean, damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's a good way to support our Gord clan. It ain't like we're making a killing off of these shirts. I think we've raised maybe $30. Oh, 100. Okay.
180. Okay.
Oh, we're balling then.
Can
Wow.
Buy a couple shawls.
But yeah, it just helps us out with the Gord clan, because we have dances every month and plus you get to be keen, sober, and deadly. I mean, what better way to support a recovery group? Some to the ones that already bought a shirt.
Oh.
Then join our team.
Yep. We're hiring
5
to be the tour 9.
3 PRSS admin
Assistant.
and a community outreach specialist manager.
Yep.
We
already had some interviews.
We're looking for people to join our team who are sober.
Oh, for a while.
No, man, like we're a sobriety program. Like, if we can't be sober, then why would we expect anybody else to be sober? So, like, I mean, I just don't see the point of, like, oh, it's okay, you can be half sober.
Yeah.
I mean, like that would build up resentments. I'd probably drink. Yeah.
And get some gummies and
You smell like beer.
Is that Bush?
Yeah. No. We can't put on the app, but we need 2 women and a man PRSS, and looking for 2 years of sobriety, community outreach. In all of the positions, we prefer that they be 12-step. Or just be familiar.
Yeah.
Be familiar. That definitely gets your foot in the door if you're familiar with the 12-step program.
Work your way.
And we've already had some like great applicants.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've already had like a handful of great applicants. But then there, I mean, I don't want to discourage anybody because you never know. This decision isn't mine. But I mean, if you like, we don't want you showing up and thinking that that's a good time to change your life, then. You know what I mean? Like we already want you to like be in some sort of recovery, so like you seem a little bit more stable. I wish we could pluck them and be like, okay, change your life now.
Hey.
You know what I mean? Like that would be cool, but I mean, just think of the chance that we would be taking on that. And not saying I don't believe in my people, but I mean, I've been I'm one of those people. You know what I mean? Like I had to wait on the right time in the right place for this to happen. When I came back to Oklahoma, I was only 6 months sober, and I had to work another like year and a half before I finally landed this job. In the meanwhile, I was already working with Tor. You know what I mean? Going to y'all's meetings, trying to take part. Yeah. Trying to do speaking engagements. Like I was already like not knowing that this position was even going to come up. So, I just believed in recovery that much, and that's a good way to start, man. That's a good way to start. So
And don't be
don't want to discourage anybody by no means at all.
smart.
But I mean, we are true believers in this sobriety thing,
Mhm.
even if you're a sex addict.
Even you know, quit.
Is
Uh,
that it? Well, this was a long one. How long was we on this time?
I just hit an hour.
Oh, just an hour and 15 minutes. Well, thank you for all the comments. It was a good one today. We appreciate all the views. Like,
Terry
share, follow.
Tuesday. Shout out to Terry.
Terry Tuesday, Terry Lindsay Tuesday. Uh, like, share, follow. Tell your mammy about us, and we will see you tomorrow. Definitely, we'll see you tomorrow. Aho!